To understand the legacy of Dr. Dana Carson, we have to go all the way back to where it began, on the south side of Chicago, in the Englewood district, one of the most crime-ridden communities in America. It was here, in 1960, that Dana was born to John and Geneva Carson, former Mississippi sharecroppers who left the fields of the South for the factories of Chicago. Now, what's a sharecropper? Sharecropping was the next level of slavery, where freed slaves worked the land but paid their former masters with most of the crops they harvested. But John and Geneva Carson refused to stay bound to that cycle. Through hard work in Chicago, they saved, they sacrificed, and they purchased their own apartment building. In doing so, they modeled something powerful for their children: a relentless work ethic and the importance of owning something for yourself. Dana grew up watching his father work the day shift and his mother work the night shift. Never once did he see them miss a day of work. That kind of discipline would shape him for life. But make no mistake, growing up in Englewood was a fight for survival. Poverty, gangs, violence, drugs, it was everywhere. Dana lived behind the Robert Taylor homes, one of the largest housing projects in the city. When gangs clashed, the streets had to be cleared. Families ran inside, hoping the gunfire would pass them by. He remembers one day going to buy milk for his mother. On the way back, a man pulled out a shotgun and shot one of his sister's friends right in front of him. Dana sprinted home in fear, but he never dropped that milk. Why? Because, as he often says, he feared his mother, Geneva Carson, more than the gangs in the street. And then there was Gloria, his older sister. She was tough, she was fearless, and she made sure nobody messed with Dana. She toughened him up. And by the time she left home, he had become a pretty good street fighter himself. Even in chaos, the Carsons found ways to create hope. Geneva saved S&H green stamps, and Dana used them to buy baseball gloves for kids in the neighborhood. John bought catcher's gear and bases, and at just 14 years old, Dana started his own neighborhood baseball team. Even then, his leadership, his legacy, was starting to shine. School, however, was another challenge. As a freshman, Dana earned only 1.5 credits out of 4.75. His grades cut short his athletic career. By his senior year, he was too far behind, and he dropped out of high school. For many young men in Englewood, that would have been the end of the story. But not for Dana Carson. Determined to rewrite his future, he enrolled at Dawson's Skills Center. From 8 in the morning to 8 at night, all summer long, he made up every missing credit. It was there that the providential hand of God stepped in. Through a mentor named W.W. Jackson, Dana was introduced to Wiley College in Marshall, Texas, a place that would change the trajectory of his life forever. From a high school dropout to a man with 8 earned degrees, from the violence of Chicago's Englewood to becoming a world-traveling theologian, church planter, mentor, and author, Dr. Dana Carson has been called the world's foremost kingdom scholar, the Kingdom Voice. And it all began with parents who modeled hard work, a childhood marked by struggle, and a faith that believed God had more in store. His story is a legacy of overcoming and a reminder that no matter where you start, God can write a greater ending. This is our Living Legacy series celebrating the life and ministry of Dr. Dana Carson during National Clergy Appreciation Month. Be sure to join us as we continue the story. And if you want to hear more about his incredible journey, visit drdanacarson.com and order your copy of How to Overcome. Because his story isn't just history, it's inspiration for your destiny.